This is a Normal Nerds podcast where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And what else feel like talking about? I'm your host, Maxwell Cercia.
And I'm your host who's digging all the no-skip openings, Davis Bates.
This episode is our weekly anime recap, so sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
Weekly anime review.
Here we go, and this one will actually be edited on YouTube this time. I actually have time this week.
I actually thought about how dumb it was that we video recorded it last time.
I know. There was no way
I don't know what we were thinking about.
I don't know what we were doing. Yeah.
Regardless. Well, you know what? For deep cuts when we're famous, and we can be like, here's the unreleased you.
Sure, I'll save it somewhere on the computer, and I'll say, like, maybe one day.
Yeah, but let's hop right into it. We got 6 anime this week. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because One Piece had a recap episode.
Yes.
Because
why not?
Love One Piece. It's the best anime ever. One of the best stories told ever fictionally. But sadly, they just like doing those recaps that they don't need.
You took a 6-month break. I'm getting real annoyed with you right now, Tony.
And 5 episodes ago, they did a recap. So
yeah,
it's like,
so we don't need this. And what is this next one on? It's like on Sentomaru and Kizaru or something like that? Is
yeah,
that
for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
I can't imagine there's great, I don't remember any big, regardless,
let's not spoil this early on in the podcast.
Let's not turn into a One Piece pod when One Piece is not even an episode.
On this week. Do better, Joey.
Yeah, okay. Let's hop right into it. My Hero Vigilantes episode. You can't
13.
12.
Okay, it's fine. I had a busy week. It's vacation.
Great episode.
Oh my goodness. It was such a good episode, dude. It was like, I just like, the Pops Up stuff was actually really good.
It was good.
What are the odds that it's already on Spotify by like tomorrow?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, right.
Great song,
as always.
As
always, they love putting Pop stuff up there. It was really, really cool.
I was going to say, side note, was one of these two twin girls who were like, her voice is terrible, she can't sing.
I don't know.
Her voice is fantastic.
Well, they're women, so.
That's true, they're jealous.
That's what they do. They're catty.
They're jealous.
They're the jealous types. But this music was fantastic. To go, obviously, to go back to the top of the episode, the music across all the anime is amazing because there's like so many openings that I don't skip through at all. It's a bit of a sidetrack, but
Vigilante is probably the best one.
Yes.
I never skip Witch Watch. I never skip Yaiba. I really like Yaiba.
Yaiba's
so
the drop on
old.
Yaiba's
It's
is really good.
Fire Force I always skip. That opening sucks.
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
That opening's trash. TBRO X is I think underrated opening.
Yeah, I don't ever skip it. I think it's great.
I think it's really fun.
It's really well animated. And the music's sick.
Actually, Lazarus' opening is probably the best thing about the show.
I skip it.
I skip it,
I don't
obviously.
know why. I refuse to give them anything.
I skip it, obviously, but it probably is the best thing.
It probably is the best thing. It has a cool opening. Opening 5 seconds.
One Piece is always great.
Yeah, I always watch One Pieces.
Yeah.
That's all of them. So we don't skip the vast majority of what we're watching right now.
Is that really all of them? Did I go through every single anime?
You did, yeah. I don't think I'm missing anything. I really hope not. That's everything I watched.
No, yeah. I agree with you. My Hero Vigilante is just so good. That opening is just, I love that opening.
Yes. And they keep music, and obviously the music in the show is good too. Yeah, I listen to it all the time. I've caught myself like on the bike when I'm watching this, dancing to pop stuff, like doing her like side moves with her foot.
She's like,
it's so good. I looked up the actual music video for this song.
Oh yeah.
It's not as good. Not remotely as good, but this I hope they get a bump because they did a really good job with this.
You ever seen the opening for the Spy X Family opening that we love?
Souvenir?
Yeah, you ever seen the music video for that?
Yeah. The music video for that? Yeah. No, I'm not.
It's like hardcore.
What? What? Okay. All right. Okay. Whatever.
Anyways,
sure.
Let's talk about the anime itself.
Yes.
Look at our boy there, sliding away, getting the mic for her.
Koichi was in this episode for like 5 seconds, and he just came in clutch.
Yes.
Like, after the last episode of him just absolutely bumbling every social interaction he had, he just comes in hardcore. He's like, hey, I fixed everything. Like, great stuff. I loved it.
Yeah, because this episode, what was it called? I think it was called Goodbye Dad. The main part of this episode.
Sorry. Also, once again, just revealing that he is the crawler and a vigilante, and I had his mask off.
Again,
I forgot to tell you. I think I forgot to tell you this. That I was talking to little brother Owen, who's also watching My Hero Vigilantes, loves it. He also, unprompted, brought up to me. I was like, "Why does he even wear a mask? Like, what's the point?" And I was like, "Yes, yes."
None of us know. I don't know. But this episode is mainly about Knuckle.
It's Duster, right?
Duster.
Or is it Smasher?
Knuckle Duster.
I say Knuckle Duster because he has brass knuckles, and that's usually like a thing, right?
I don't know what the dust. Why would you assume it's
Is
duster?
a duster?
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Isn't that I'm trying to think. Isn't that that's like colloquial? That like is usually associated with someone who brawls.
If you type in knuckle dusters, it shows brass knuckles. So.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah. So you're 100% right.
All right.
Yeah, Knuckle Duster. It's mainly about him.
And fantastically so.
What a G this guy is.
I know.
Like, his whole plan was to kill his daughter.
Yep.
And bring her back to life.
Yep.
Like, risky plan, but I just like how he's like...
gambler.
Yeah, but it's just like, you don't see this often.
No.
Where, like, they're like, I don't know, it's like he just does what needs to be done.
Yeah, gets it all done. Isn't afraid to hit his, like, loved ones and stuff, too. That, like, doesn't work on him. Mm-hmm. Not that they really pulled in this episode because the bees were terrible, but it's like, it reminded me a little bit of, all the way back with the Roy Mustang scene in Full Metal when he's like destroying Envy. It's like another one, like, because this works so much in anime when like they show you you're like they pretend to be one of your loved ones and you can't do it. You can't bring yourself to punch them. Meanwhile, these characters are just like, I'm gonna smash that face. How dare you use it?
Yeah. He like when he straight up gut punched her. And
oh,
she was like,
that was great.
Also, that bee is disgusting.
That was horrible. That queen bee thing.
Yeah, that
gross.
must be. I'm guessing. I don't
know.
That
has to be the quirk. I mean,
has to be.
Based on the ending, it looks like it's gonna be one of those annoying quirks where all the bees carry a function of it. So, like, technically, I think the bee quirk user is still alive right now. Mm-hmm.
He did say that because the guy was at the end who was like, "There's one left." First of all, that guy with his lightning speed ability, I was like, "Oh, that was pretty cool."
That was pretty awesome. Gonna be a good combo against Koichi because if he uses speed and Koichi technically uses speed.
Yes, their speed's the same.
They're going to be different. It's gonna be one of those moments where Koichi's gonna have like, I gotta go beyond and move faster.
Yeah, that's true. He will.
But they no, that was really, really interesting. I don't know. I think I'm gonna err on the B quirk user still alive because my hero is not really apt to kill a lot. They do kill, but not a ton of people. And it was gross when he went in with the pliers. I'm like, please don't show us this. Please don't show us this. Please don't show us this.
They kind of did, not aggressively.
Not aggressively, yeah.
They really went heavy on the noises.
Yeah, that was like, hero, they love doing that though. With Mustaine.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
This and in the regular thing.
I will say now I understand why he like actually did enjoy Pop Step because like Pop Step's like kind of like his daughter, like big into music.
Sure,
and
yeah,
stuff
all that stuff, yeah. Being an edgy teenager and just got really unlucky.
Oh, that really sucks too. Like I felt so bad for him that he's like the last thing he did with his daughter was like
fight
upset
with her.
her.
Yeah. And now his wife might die.
I did love though. Yeah, she's definitely dead.
Yeah.
His backstory is it's all gonna be so sad. I did love though when the hospital called. He's like, "Don't worry, tell." He's like, "Her family will be there." I was like, "Great line, great line."
That was a great line. Oh, I just another one of these great characters. Like that would have worked on a lot of characters that have been like, "I have to go and see her. I have to let this go," sort of thing. And he's just like, "No, I got a mission and I'm getting it done.
I'm saving my daughter."
Yeah, and it was fantastic. It was genius too. The defibrillator thing.
Yep.
Like I
saw the arms dealer in this one.
Yeah, that was really cool too. Nice little callback to My Hero. It's like
Call Future.
Call Future. Yeah, sure. Yeah. It was very interesting how he acts. He acts more like a Punisher type of vigilante, where he's he's doing the arms dealing and doing like some of the dirty stuff, underbelly stuff. You know, Koichi over there and Pop Step are like, we're the vigilantes who are like Spider-Man, who are like, we're vigilantes, but we really don't do anything illegal other than just save people without a license.
Yeah, he's like he's what Stain wishes he could be.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
because he doesn't like goody two-shoe heroes either, like the pro heroes either. But he's just like. And he'll do what he needs to do, but like he won't be like he's not a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Unlike Stain, who's an idiot.
Who's a moron. Stain's so stupid. But yeah, this was that was cool. That whole sequence.
Though, however,
when
it cut, I was like, I was jerks. And it looks like we're not even gonna know next episode.
No, because of course it's gonna be like, Knuckle Duster is gone.
It is.
Master's gone, so I'm gonna keep being a hero on my own. It's like, okay, cool.
So we're gonna get a whole episode where we're gonna be like, what is happening?
I know, and it's gonna be like, I'm sure we'll get a cut to something. We have to get a cut. What was the name of the episode? The name of the episode had something.
Oh, I didn't read the name. I didn't barely watch it.
I think it might. I mean, knowing previews for anime, they didn't show anything with Knuckle Duster, so we might get something with Knuckle Duster. But that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna see if maybe one of those episodes where Koichi has to like kind of grow and do something on his own, because technically everything he's really done up to this point has been with his friends and all that stuff.
That's true. That is true.
Like, he did save the girl from the cat bus thing, but he had Jenny himself on that one. So
we saved Pop Step.
When did he say Pop Step?
When she was little.
Oh yeah, he did do that. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Good for him. So maybe we'll see him do something bigger. Yeah.
Man, I really hope we get to see them like in the future a little bit.
I know, as like pro heroes or something like that. That'd be really cool.
Or like they can't be that famous because we never heard of them. They could be semi-famous.
They could be like they could be B level heroes or whatever.
Yeah, they could have been famous for their time.
Sure,
like, semi-famous for their time.
Sure.
The only reason we know a bunch of heroes that are like famous now in the current My Hero is only because we're seeing them.
True. Yeah. That's,
like
that's a big thing,
you know, like the shooting guy or whatever. Hero.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if like we didn't see him, we never would have known him.
No, absolutely not.
like,
No,
you know,
no,
so
no,
it's
no.
like
There's
a million heroes.
There's probably a lot of heroes that we've seen.
We didn't
in the
know
background.
Star and Stripe until she came into the scene.
That's true. Yeah.
And
that's
she's
very
like
true.
one of the best heroes in America ever. So
that's
it's
very
like, yeah. God, Star and Stripe.
I know. Never.
But let's move on. Unless you got anything else to say.
No, I'm good. This was a great episode. I even like the pop step. Like the pop step stuff was like would have been great on its own, and this was even like this comment with this was even better.
All right, To Be Hero X episode
12.
It is
Nice. This was a great episode as well. Very animation heavy. Yeah, otherwise, otherwise it probably was my episode of the week because of how entertained I was. But there was other episodes that had like story based stuff in them that I liked more. So
yeah, I feel like we have to like start putting up like a maybe like a thing on the screen here, or like just if you're a listener that like this is a fight episode where it's like you're not gonna get too much from us.
Yes,
because like. This episode was incredible. Like, this was one of those things where I was like, oh, this is still going.
Yeah!
Like,
that was the best part. That's what
like,
I was telling you all a while ago about that Fog Hill, the 5 Elements, and how, like, that's a big comment. Those fights last that long, too, in those episodes. And I'm like, they're doing, like, this is what China's doing right now.
This felt like...
I want to see Super Cube so bad.
I know, I do want to see... I know. Yeah. This is like... It reminded me of Fate. Like, like Fate, obviously... I'm not going to say it's a very fantastic fight. Fate is like a little unfair with their fights because they're so so
unlimited budget works.
But it reminded me of Fate where it's just like this is like just insane fight. By the way, that meant nothing.
No, absolutely nothing at all.
But it was like awesome. But yeah, I just kept going and going. And first of all, in the beginning of the fight though, when Boa, she shows up and they're fighting. I'm like, Queen, use your ability.
I know. The entire it took her so long to whip it out. It's like the whole point like. You've demonstrated multiple times now that if you just use your ability, it shuts everything down really early on. So why are you even sparring with her right now? And I don't know. I've started thinking about this a little bit more as I've gotten older, watching superhero movies and stuff like this. Just like when they're destroying the entire shipping yard, I'm like, how many of my Amazon orders is that?
Yeah,
like
I thought that
when
too.
am I getting those?
Well, I also think it's like, why are no other heroes showing up
at all?
Like, when you be like, what is there, a terrorist attack going down?
Yeah, no distressing. Like that probably created shockwaves for like miles around. It's like
also,
earthquake.
Since this is a podcast run by two dudes,
yes,
who's hotter, Boa or Queen?
For me, Queen personally, just because I like one. I'm big. Like the conservative dress sort of thing.
True.
The hairstyle is the
silver hair.
I'm a dead sucker for that, and the golden eyes.
The silver hair silver hair anime girls.
Oh my goodness,
they
go out of control with it, yeah. So that's definitely for me. I like her whole like she just wears everything.
Bo is definitely hot.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's a fighter. She is jacked.
Yeah, she's jacked.
Which is great.
Her little backstory there was cool too.
I did really like that too. Yeah, she was a hero.
Also, what a dumb reason to be mad. Just like you got so privileged because your dad's a reporter.
So like I really don't know. Yeah, he must be really famous.
He just probably has connections.
Yeah, we know he does. I just don't know how she knows he does. But
well, he must be known.
Maybe she did work. She did work in the government.
Yeah, and Queen did like even though she like did it on her own merit and everything, she did go to like a prestigious.
Yeah,
school.
sure, she did have.
But she was like graduated college when she was like 14.
Yeah, so she's a genius. But was not a genius. Like she's common. Like the fact that she got as far as she did means.
I want to know more about the sphere.
I really do. I think that's the whole point of this episode was that like, and that's. I know it's a dumb reason to be mad, but I wonder if it's like one of those instances where like the fear just kept compounding, and like it was sort of like. Maybe she wasn't supposed to be this mad over it.
Oh, definitely.
And then it just started pushing her, like found the crack. And
you can even see like when she finally lost at the end, she like kind of just like Like
when she came to her senses.
Came to her senses
for a second
there.
there. It's like you can't even qualify, you dumbass.
Yeah, got hit in the same spot that she got hit with a bullet, which is like that.
That was tight. That was intense.
How sick was that move though when Queen shot off that like final beam at the end and it was like.
Oh, what was her line? It was like the more you break rules, like the stronger they have to become.
Yeah,
it was like, oh,
it was awesome.
And she did her weird magic circle that has nothing to do with what she does, but it's like, oh,
that's
this is
so cool.
And then
sound effects in this. That's what like reminded me of Fate too. They were just like.
Also, not for nothing, Boa was pretty smart with her like making sure she has attacks outside of the field
awesome.
of.
Also, her axe is so cool.
Oh my goodness,
it's so cool. Big axes are always cool.
Yeah.
They are never not cool.
And the fact she can transform it into different items too.
It
was
really
like
cool.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and it was just one of those things where I was like, hey, I love Queen. She's like, I wouldn't have a chance to beat Hero X. It's like,
yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think you were beating that guy. I don't think you were beating X. Like, no one still knows anything about him. His title is just X.
Yes.
And he beat you with a snap.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's one of those episodes where it's like we went over the fight a little bit, but this is like if you're a fan of the podcast or you watch the anime, just watch the
fight. It was great. They did accelerate the timetable a little bit. It's like what, a year since the events of Lucky Cyan, right?
I don't know.
Okay, so
since like the whole incident with Lucky Cyan?
Yeah, because at
the end with like getting the recording. We're talking about that.
It wasn't at the end. That was in the mid. Yeah, the end of Cyan's thing.
Yeah, it's like a
because
year
those scenes overlapped right after she lost the
first
first time.
Yeah, Cyan's like all good now, and she's like
so it's been
her story's like over.
So it's a full year then in the future. I'm just trying to get the timetable right with this show.
And now we have a kaiju.
We have a kaiju now. Oh yeah, we do have a kaiju. I think it's gonna be the dog.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think it's gonna be the dog because wasn't that the evil organization symbol?
I don't remember.
That,
I was too focused on the fact that Queen was like, she's like, I don't have anybody but my friends, and that's why I do everything myself, and blah blah. I was like, oh really? Seems like her dad helps out, bitch.
Just a bit, yeah.
I was like, jeez, way to slight your dad, who came to your aid when you were depressed.
I know. He really did come in clutch there. Yeah. Still might be evil though. We don't know.
I don't think he's evil.
I don't know. I'm worried that because at the end of Cyan's thing, they talked about the whole fear nonsense. Like, I'm a little concerned that the guy that runs Queen and Cyan's big hero organization, and her dad, who was like best buddies with him, like have something to do with fear.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm a little concerned about it. I'm getting some villain vibes. The show could just be pushing me that way, but I'm getting a little bit of villain.
Why do you think it's a dog though? Because it's the
because it's a dog. It's a dog. The big kaiju.
Yeah,
like a dog.
Why did you think it was what was the evil symbol have to do with anything?
The green leaf thing, right? Isn't that the symbol of, okay, so remember all the way back to like episode 2 when God Eye became a thing? Wasn't that the symbol of the organization?
I don't remember.
I just remember being green and that color green.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just going with that. I'll look up and post.
We'll find out next episode.
Maybe I'll forget to do that. We'll find out.
We'll find out next episode.
Yes.
Very good episode though. Big
Fantastic.
Fight. Go watch. Have fun. Okay. Fire Force season.
Season 3, episode 12.
Yes.
This is another great episode. Couple points that I'll get to. But
you think this was a great episode?
I thought this was a good episode. It was weird though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Everything with the we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Everything with the pillar, neat, very cool.
Yeah. The only thing is Fairy there. His ability is so stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to my first point. Fucking fire abilities don't make any sense anymore. Even with the Adola bursts, yeah. I'm just like, this makes no sense anymore. You're changing the heat of the gravity of the what?
He didn't even use the word heat. He just said Adola burst.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
He never used the word heat or fire.
He did.
No, he didn't. I paid attention specifically.
Okay.
I listened so hard because I was like,
I thought you said he changed like the heat between the sizes of the objects.
Nope. He changes the mass of the size of the objects.
Through, I don't know how he does that.
Does it through the Adola burst. That's what he says.
The bullshit burst that anyone can use.
Because I was like, when he started explaining it, I was like, because you know how I've been.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I know.
I'm paying attention to this to death.
Where are you gonna say even?
And I was like, wait, how do you change the mass or something?
Even Show was like, what's the logic behind this ability?
I know. So yeah, he pointed out it made no sense.
Don't ask questions.
I was like,
that was like It was so weird. The show started out all the way back when with like, oh, these fire abilities make so much sense and they're so cool and I like them a lot. Like, you had 3 different generations, all could do different things. Very cool. I liked it. Made sense.
It was cool.
And you got a little bit crazy with some of them, but like they all still made sense. And you bring in the Adola bursts, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they can all do some other crazy stuff. Still kind of heat related though, which is kind of cool. There's like bigger heat related stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're just getting to the point where it's like, it's just magic.
Yeah,
it's like not even fire. It's just magic now.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Like when, oh my gosh, yes. Fairy's ability is absolute bullshit. I was like, well, I'm just like the entire time he's like erasing his like presence and shit.
Yeah, I didn't even
I'm
get
just
how he
like,
did that either.
I don't know how he
It's
did
something
it.
like because you can change the mass of objects.
Maybe
and
he's
like something.
yeah, I don't know.
It
If
was
he was
like,
about to say he was like bending the light or no, okay. At first, I thought it was gonna make sense for a second when he was talking about the atmosphere, and I thought that he was affecting like the heat in the atmosphere somehow to fuck it up. I don't know. I was like going off like, okay, maybe some bullshit can make sense here on some level. Like he's expanding molecules and crap to change things around, whatever. And then then he was explaining his thing, and I'm like, this makes less sense than the nonsense thing I made up in my head.
So pretty much,
Like,
So pretty much, if from what my understanding was for listening to it is like for the listener is like all he's doing is changing where the gravitational pull is coming from for a certain person to a certain object.
Yeah.
So like everyone uses Earth because we live on Earth, and then he'll change it the person like affected like things, so it's like they have a gravitational pull to something else. Which like I was like, what?
Yeah.
But anyways, also in that point, now it's all stupid, doesn't make any sense, and I was like, okay, what? I'm just gonna forget about fire.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just forgetting about. But also that whole sequence, I was just like, this looks stupid. When Sho was just jumping, first when he jumped on the arrows, I was like, okay, and then it just started to look dumb after a while.
I didn't hate that.
No, at first I liked it, and then they like the way they were animating it by like the way he was like fluctuating with the gravity. I was like, okay, maybe something else is going to happen, and they're saving the animation for something else.
The only thing they sort of were, but
Yeah,
the only thing
they
only thing I didn't like about that was that when like Fairy would change the gravity on him, and then he would just touch the arrow, and the effect would just be gone. Like, I don't know. That's what I didn't like. That's the only thing I didn't like. I can give a shit about the rest of it, but like when that's what I didn't like. It's like these arrows aren't negating the gravitational pull, so why is he just like jumping on them and they're fine? Like,
I have no idea.
And also, I don't understand this part either. Is that I thought Sho's crazy ability to stop time and shit was like through an Adola burst or expand the heat of the universe. Like that was the whole point of it. Like why it's such a special power is that he's using an Adola burst because the pillars were the only ones that could use an Adola burst.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Sho is cut off right now. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I just like that. Like, that point you made was great. He's like, the fairy's like, I'm using an Adola burst for that. And then Sho's like, I thought only pillars could. And I was like, why do we add this?
Why do we do this?
Why do we add this?
What was the point of all of this? Nothing is special anymore. Anyone can do anything. That's why I didn't like. I really didn't like that. It was like you shouldn't be able to. You're not a pillar. You shouldn't be able to use an Adola burst. Period. Like
Also,
that's
if you're
like
fighting like someone super strong like Fairy, why would you use like super speed just to appear directly in front of him to swing? Like
yeah, especially since he's demonstrated that he's been able to cut people before. By this movie. Like he cut Shinra back in the first fight, and like we didn't even see the cut.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, why did you just appear in front of him?
Because they were saving the animation for something else.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, so.
Also, the kaiju just immediately just killed in this episode. There was just no reason to even extend it.
Yeah, because I think there's gonna be like another like, there's gonna be one of those at each pillar. So it's like we'll see a fight again.
It was just...
I do think that it was really cool. I'll give the episode credit where credit's due. Smoke Ash Boy.
He's cool.
He's dope. They consider him the second strongest, something like that.
Yeah.
He was really cool. Loved his ability. Actually. Loved his ability so much more than we first saw it, because now it's like this is so cool.
I like his line too. He's like you're finally weaker than
that was
weak
nice.
enough.
Yeah, that was
perfect.
Cool. For the activation of the first pillar.
Also, I don't remember this. I don't remember this black and red hair kid. I forgot all about him. Whatever. When he's like,
oh yeah,
why are we saving him? He like killed his family. I was like, what are you late to the party, dude?
I know he knew Shinra. Like they were like rival-ish back, like because we've seen him before.
I know. I'm like, what are you late to the party? Shinra's been around forever. No one cares about this anymore.
I think he was just. I think he's just showing that he's dumb. He got caught up in like all the crap that's going on. Because like they were like frenemies sort of before. I remember. I think I remember that right. Or like at least they bullied each other. But that was when he said that and the captain like put him in place, I was like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, get this.
That might come out later. Who knows? Yeah. Well, so is there anything before we get to the really crazy
nothing
part?
else.
Nothing else happened there. Okay. I don't like. Okay. I can suspend, like, I can understand the time travel portion of this by the light speed stuff. That's not how it works at all in any way.
Hold on a second. I'm not even saying it's like not how it works. I'm just confused on like the level. They're like, well, I can look into the future, but you're so fast you can go into the past. Wouldn't you be like, okay, I'm so fast, I guess I'll go in the future too? Why can't I do both?
Because they're using the thing where it's like when you go, because like it's the what the fuck, it's the stupid concept, not concept. I'm gonna explain it the only way I learned how to explain it, so it might be stupid, but whatever. They did a test a while ago when you go up higher time and you're moving at a certain speed up higher and all that stuff. They put a clock on a plane, made it go really fast in the air. The clock like moved slower, so technically it was going like slower or backwards in time than what was moving down on Earth. I forget the concept. There's science and crap and all this stuff.
Science.
Go look it up yourself. I'm not a scientist.
We don't have jackets on.
Yeah, exactly.
If we had lab coats on, we would know what we're talking about.
But I think that's what they're playing on and what's supposed to be able to do it. Even though that's kind of what happened wasn't really the concept they were playing on.
Yeah,
they were
just went to like a wormhole.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened through magic of Adola.
Yeah, I know.
This is one of those moments where just like, do whatever we need you to.
And also, I don't know if she was kidding because she can see the future.
She can see when the fire happens.
Yeah, she better have been kidding about the love thing.
I think she was.
I
don't know the show. Sure,
I will be pissed. She sucks. I hate her.
She does suck. She does suck a lot.
Hate her.
Yeah, Inka's really bad.
She loves people dying.
Yeah, they did this thing in the episode where they tried to make her out to be like not as horrible as she was.
Right?
But it's like, guys, I was here for last season. She sucks. She chose to be part of the White Clad, knowing fully what they do.
Yeah, exactly. She enjoys people dying.
Yes, but she saved people too. It's like
when. For money.
Yeah, for money. She extorted people. She's not a good person.
No. So I will say one thing was the image though that when she saw the future of like him going to run into it looked like he was going to run into like a white portal. That picture was really cool.
That was dope. Yeah, that was really, really dope.
When he first ran in, I was like, this is really cool.
Then it all went off the fucking rails.
Then it's like it's just one of those things where like this is a good show. I am not a writer. But it's one of those things where I'm like, how old is the person that wrote this?
I know.
Because they're probably like, isn't this crazy?
It's so
Tip
cool.
Fedora. Yeah. And it's like, they're now in our time. Yes. And it's like,
Shinra almost broke the fourth wall when we saw him being drawn for the manga.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why was this here? Why was it? Also, Shinra, when he was going on that whole rant of like, I thought they'd be just like us, but they're so different. And I'm like, and he's like, I'm holding back madness. Like, they're not that different. In fact, the entire landscape isn't that different.
And also, they're not that different. They're the same.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a human.
Yes.
These are humans from the past.
They're just wearing different clothes.
Yeah, they're literally it's just a different time.
I'm gonna err on the side of Adola is making him go nutty there. Like, I'm gonna err on the side of everything he was seeing, the way he was seeing it was actually but the way we were seeing it was actually how he was seeing it. And and you know what? If that was happening in front of my face while I was going through some fucking wormhole, I might go a little crazy too.
I am interested to see why he is chained up in the way he is.
Do you think he's in the past?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. So
yeah, definitely.
I think he's in.
I think he's like looks like he's like a day or two before the Cataclysm.
Oh, speaking of which, another couple.
Yeah, we'll talk. We're gonna talk about
let's finish shitting
history.
On this part. This part of the
level. Not just shitting, but
this scene was terrible. I hated this scene. Every part of it was stupid.
It looks like he's like the Cataclysm is about to happen because the news was like this is the fifth. Blah blah blah.
It's like, I
love that on a super old TV.
When did the Cataclysm happen though? It might have made sense. Oh no,
it looks like it was like modern time. Yeah,
it's smartphones.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but anyways.
Maybe Japan's behind the times somehow, even though they're not.
Yeah.
I think they had flat screens for we did.
Let's jump to the most interesting part of the episode.
Yes. We got the backstory of face changer demon guy.
Yep, disgusting.
Loki would really wish they would go back to his old face, because where he looked like a human, just like a bunch of stitches. Well,
he's not a human.
He's not a human, but this is fucking weird.
Yeah. He's a devil.
And his demon form was actually horrific.
Yes.
I thought that was great.
I thought that was awesome. I will say, when he's like, and then I came across a human and killed it immediately. I was like, bro, what?
Yeah, wow. Well, then, the Adola are evil.
Yeah.
It's clear that Adola is really evil.
I will say, one thing, though, that I'm really hoping that happens in this show, because he did show at church for a second. I'm hoping there is a god in this show, and it kills the shit out of this devil. Because how much he was crapping on, like, religion's made up. I was like, I hope God is in this.
Yeah. No.
And at the end, you get shit on.
No, it's not gonna. He's not gonna be. It's gonna be the evangelist, the demon evangelist, the only God.
No, I don't know. I could see that would be a good twist. That like.
There's no build up for. Maybe if they build a foundation for that, sure.
No, the foundation could have been that like he thought he was doing evil things, like setting up this religion and stuff like that. But maybe the religion actually turned out to be like following like almost like a correct path.
Sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm saying it'd be a stretch. It'd be a massive stretch.
I think it'd have to do with Burns coming. Like Burns would have to be. Burns is in Adola right now. Burns would have to find the real God.
That would be
and
cool.
Maybe, and then I'd be okay with that.
That would be cool.
That'd be the only instance where I'd have to, because they haven't had any build up of like previous religion at all.
Well, I'm just hoping that he dies
and, if it was
and
a
at the end
world,
meets God and the real God. And like,
oh yeah, this
you're
thing.
done.
Bing, the evangelist.
I kept you in Odola for a reason, you piece of crap.
Piece of shit.
Yeah. Because he like twice was like made up stories. Like
I really hate them.
Like,
they're like, and they call it like and all the white clad calls their ceremonies mass too, and it's like,
It's interesting, yeah. Because I guess Christianity confirmed.
Well, yeah, it happened in normal time, so it has to be. But Christianity confirmed. We also now know what the whole point of the tabernacle was.
Yeah,
that's really cool. I really like that.
That
that was fun. And we got the story of Amaterasu.
Yes.
Which is Amaterasu sister Irish?
No. She's just she's making contact with Sister Iris.
Right, but she looked exactly like her even in the past. Yeah, she did.
No.
Wait.
They looked similar.
No, the whole point when we first saw Amaterasu and Shinra's little nightmare thing.
Yeah.
She looks like Sister Lily or Iris.
Yeah, they look similar. They could be related.
Okay.
But Amaterasu is one of the pillars.
Yes. That's a good point. Yeah. Right? Now we currently have all 8.
Yeah. She's just gonna, because they even show her that she's still in it.
Yes.
She's still in the bubbles.
Yes. I really need this part clarified.
I mean, maybe Iris is like a.
Well, when they showed her in the bubbles, when they showed her in the bubbles, that was her in the flashback with Raffles.
But she's contacted Shinra already.
She has. I think. Yeah, I know.
I'm Iris awoke this season.
True. Yeah.
I think she could be a clone.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe so. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Like it'd be like
there's we need a new pillar. Let's just get one out. Get the original one out again. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Or like she could be like a lineage thing.
So that could be really interesting. It was also very interesting that the power of Adola that she irradiated just stopped the demon's attack. We're like, so there's another confusing thing. It was like Adola's anti-demon now somehow.
Yeah, at first I thought she was going to be like the evangelist.
Yeah.
But then, she's just Adola.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's very confusing. So, but moving on.
I would just read that.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's very confusing. I'm very confused. I'm very interested to see this whole backstory. If she was back in the future somehow, I'd be really annoyed because I really want to see this backstory and all this crap.
What do you mean back in the future?
If he just woke up with frosted tips in the future there, like that in the present time of what the show is, and he's just been gone for a few weeks, I'll be really annoyed. But I'm really hoping he's in a different body in the past. And he's gonna see. That's what I'm hoping it is. But I don't know. This show confuses me.
We gotta move on.
We do have to move on. Yes.
All right. Let's see. Sorry. But that was Fire Force. Yaiba Samurai Legend. Our episode of the week.
Bing.
Episode.
Crap. 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all 12.
They're all 12.
Yeah.
Minus My Hero.
Nope, they're all 12 because we're now current. My Hero Vigilantes used to be behind because we used to do it on Sundays.
Oh yeah, now we're all weird and caught up with it.
I kind of like it actually.
True, yeah, but
I don't really hate us do it because now they get out at 4:30. It's like
sure, yeah.
I'm
gonna try and keep this up on the Monday recordings for Tuesdays.
But episode of the week because this episode was incredible.
Oh my goodness, this episode was nuts. Is what it was.
Sorry, there's just so many stuff happening.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'll carry the episode. Don't worry. I'm skilled. I can do that on my own. This episode was nuts because it added in a factor that I did not see coming. An extra love interest for Yaiba.
Never would have saw that coming.
Yeah, which when I was watching it, I knew I watched it before you too. And I was like, Maxwell is gonna be so stoked right now.
Of course,
he gets another love triangle.
I love my love triangles, and especially ones this hilarious.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I read the synopsis, so like when she showed up, I was ready for it. But Yamato, I can't remember her first or her last name.
No idea.
Just absolutely just the most advanced comedy happening.
I know. When she was going around bodying everyone, all the samurai, all the dojos, I was like, ooh, is she gonna fight Yaiba? And then just like they cut to her like inner monologue there, and it's like, for my darling Yaiba. And it was like, oh, let's go.
Yes.
This is gonna be so interesting. And then of course Yaiba's classic training of do all my chores for me. And learn discipline or some crap like that.
Yeah.
The
scrubbing and stuff, and it's like, look, this scene looks like Onumaru. And he's like, I'm not giving up.
The metal shoes thing was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Like, this is too light.
When they finally got him ones that fit, there's like twice. They're like bigger than him.
Yeah, I did love it. He's like, why do I have to get the groceries? She's like, well, my mom and dad are at work because you live here rent free.
You have to do some stuff.
Yeah.
That your dad dumped you on us.
Mm-hmm. I also liked in the beginning of the episode when Kojiro is in the dojo. He's just like, I have this magic potion, eye drops, that makes my eyes turn red, not red, which is fantastic. Glad they had that in because he looks better with that. But he's like, because now I'm even more beautiful.
Look at this, the legendary samurai.
And then Miyamoto's just watching a documentary about like a reenactment about himself, and he's like, record this for me.
It's cool. It's so funny how he lives in the past so hardcore. It's like, I used to be so cool. But that was, oh my goodness, that was so good. But the real, well, I'll get to that in a second, because I'll just keep going in order, I guess. I think my favorite part of this episode, though, was when she when she had to fight Kyojiro and Miyamoto.
Yeah.
The Kyojiro fight was animated really well, because
course.
Yaiba just goes ham for some reason.
Yaiba?
The show.
Oh, the show.
Goes ham for some reason with all of its animation.
Wit knows what they're doing.
When they ran up the wall and he just followed her, and I was like, this is the shit. This is like hidden dragon, crouching tiger thing, sort of stuff.
I was glad she wasn't. Like he lost it because he's an idiot, but like I was glad she was not as talented as him.
Yeah, I'm glad that 6 years of training can't beat a lifetime of it and being a legend, you know. But also, bro, how much do you rely on your sword then?
Well, he's just an idiot.
He's just an idiot. Like you gotta. I mean, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, to be a good warrior, you have to have situational awareness at all times. And it's like, maybe when you don't have your sword, it's probably twice the weight of what you're carrying right now. Yeah, don't tell it to extend.
I know. That was so funny. And then with Miyamoto, I was like,
shitting on him.
For a second, I thought it was going to be a fight. He's like, you dimwit. And Miyamoto was like, my turn. And then she for a second sweated. She was like, oh, no. And he just immediately cracks his back. Yeah, throws his back out.
And they're both sitting in depression over there. Oh my goodness, those two are. I'm so happy that Kojiro is on the good side.
Oh yeah,
because like it's just so funny.
Yes, I love. Before that fight goes down, though, Yamato's like, "I'm here for holy matrimony with Yaiba," and Sayaka's like, she's like, "No, that can't be possible," or whatever.
No one believed it too. Yeah, everyone was like, "What?"
But then I love. Miyamoto's like, and she's like, I just care about the dojo. But I love when she's like, Kojiro, you have to fight her. He's like, I would never hit a beautiful lady. And he's like, well, if you don't, then she'll be with Yaiba. He's like, and
can't let that happen. I must have all the beautiful ladies.
I love that.
Yaiba can have nothing.
That was so funny.
That what a great sequence. I did like eventually. We'll talk about Saigo's fight in a second. I did like eventually when it gets all explained. That and Ryba remembers that they have like holy matrimony when it gets all explained and everyone's like, oh, so it is true, and then Yaiba does explain eventually later, but we'll get to that in a second. Sayaka's fight with her was very good. Sayaka didn't have a chance in this fight.
No.
She was gonna get.
She tried her best, but
she tried her best.
She didn't have a chance.
No. She was gonna get. What is the weapon that Yamato is using?
Gitana.
It's dope. It's like it's a quarterstaff, but cooler.
So how would it be? You've probably seen it before. It's like a staff and then has a blade at the end.
Oh, one of the. That's okay. So that's what practice ones look like.
I don't know. I've never seen a practice one, but that they said it, and I know like the weapon. But
weep.
Well, it's actually from the episode of The League.
Oh, that's funny. Really? Nice.
So not a weeb.
Yeah, nice.
Definitely not a weeb. Definitely, we're totally normal.
I did enjoy watching this though, because I watched it ahead of you, but then I was out in the living room watching what you did, and I did enjoy that you called what was going to happen though. It's like
almost.
But you did call Yaiba walking in and Yamato getting distracted and getting taken out.
I just love the way I was just like, hey, his voice actor is top notch.
Oh, 100%. It's like, hey everybody.
Yeah, just the way he is so funny. And then like, of course, then causes Sayaka to win. And then first of all, I did feel bad for Yamato because she tells the backstory, and it's like this stupid thing where she ages like fine wine,
apparently,
and Yaiba ages like doesn't.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
What is it? What I don't understand what he's made of. That he has like 6 years. Like I get it, they're 12 or whatever and shit. She looks way older than 12, but Yaiba didn't change at all. No. Like at all. Maybe he grew an inch.
Like 2% bigger. 2%.
Over 6 years. What?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe him and his dad are some weird breed of people that just like, maybe when he's his dad's age, he'll look exactly like his dad.
Oh,
be
definitely.
That tall. Like that's what, they don't change in any way. They just get taller, sorta.
But the story is like, he saved her because her dad is a horrible father and just let her alone in the jungle.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like a Liza Thornberry situation there where he just got lost
with a jungle child, and they had a lot of fun. And then she's like, one day when I'm stronger, you first of all, his dad teaching lessons, like he's like, don't shack up with a weak woman because that'll slow you down.
Oh my gosh,
which is like, it's like
dad of the year, everybody.
Yeah, I wonder what his mom is like.
Oh.
I hope she gets explained one day.
That'd be nice if she comes in. That's like the only person that can like that can control her husband.
That'd be so.
It's funny. Like that'd be funny. That's why he runs away all the time.
That'd be so funny. It's like a heartwarming-ish, a little bit of story, I guess, kind of. And then Yaiba comes in and just like, you asked me if I wanted from the soba shop, and I was like, what? And when he just explains it, I'm like, you're the dumbest idiot ever.
I listened to the sentence too when you were watching. It's like soba. It does sound like it's in there, but it must be some Japanese connected word thing.
Yeah.
Because I heard it, but I was like, what? Because when I heard it, I was like, what the hell? What Japanese is going on right now? When I first watched it, like, what Japanese is going on right now that I'm missing? And it was hilarious regardless, though. Like, oh, yeah, when you get stronger, then I'll take some free soba from you. Thanks.
Yeah. What an idiot.
What is the logic on this, you moron?
There is no logic in that boy's brain.
No, absolutely not.
To the point where it's like, you did feel bad for her there, kind of, because, like, that's embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. I felt really bad for her.
Yeah, and then Yaiba does the classic
main character nonsense.
Main character dumb move where instead of just being like, you seem really strong. Do you want to train with me? Because training with strong people is a good thing. He tosses in one word he shouldn't have tossed in. Is, I love strong people.
Ooh.
And of course she's like,
ooh, yeah, you see her hopes flare and Sayaka
got mad.
Someone, yeah.
And then I hope she gets strong. I hope Sayaka gets strong. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I did really actually like, because, in a lot of classic, anime formation, they'll do, like, she'll get mad and go pout somewhere. But she got mad and went and started training, which is like, that's kind of cool. That's kind of different. I don't see that a lot anymore. We're just like, I'm gonna take this rage, like female character there's like, I'm gonna take this rage and get better from it, as opposed to just like, I need to resolve this later. Like nonsense.
I did like that. I did like she immediately went and trained. And then we got a scene which proves why love triangles are absolutely hilarious. Is when Yamato there, she's like, eat more, and then Sayaka's like, no, he doesn't need to eat more. And then they're like, I'll feed him.
Yeah,
and I was just like, ugh.
What's going on?
The only thing I wish is that Kojiro was just like,
yeah, be angry over there. That'd be great. Grandma pointed out their table's getting too small.
Yeah.
Because they just keep picking up everyone they can.
Oh, yeah, I know. But it's one of those shows, like, every time they pick someone up, I'm like, yes!
Yeah,
what a great addition to the group.
Yeah, no,
the sea cucumber is incredible.
I know, Mr. Sea Cucumber rules.
I know, yeah.
You never thought,
he's always there for, like, side commentary. That's hilarious.
Fantastic.
Or she. He's he.
I think it's Mr. Cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Yaiba's dad shows up, and he's just like, you could fly.
Cool.
And everyone's like, what? And Miyamoto's like, where's that sword that you stole from me? He's like, have forever go, bygones be gone.
He definitely lost that thing.
Oh, 100%.
Or sold it. Or lost in a bet.
There's a million things.
He
probably gave it away for alcohol.
I did like that Miyamoto had run into him before. Yes. It's like that's how much his dad travels. But the interesting part, though, is that the baubles are interchangeable.
I did like that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. So I wonder, is
baubles?
Yeah, little orbs. They're baubles.
What are baubles?
Like little little trinkets.
I've never heard that. I've never used that word. Baubles. That's a good word. I like it.
So they're interchangeable. Now my question now is, are there only 2 swords?
I don't know.
Right?
I doubt it.
Need to know more about the swords and stuff.
I doubt there's more. Because they made it out to be like there was more swords. I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't think about that.
I don't know. Yeah. So be cool. Yeah.
now
Next
they-
episodes. Yeah, I was just gonna go instantly find this after checking a few
and of
things.
course
It's gonna be
they'll-
barely an inconvenience.
Of course, the girl who just showed up out of nowhere, who was in love with Yaiba and plans on marrying him.
Convenient for the plot, but I also loved it.
Yeah, yeah. See, it's fun when Yaiba does it.
Yes.
When other shows that we're gonna talk about later
More
just
serious
randomly do
shows.
it, it's stupid.
Yes.
But let's move on.
Also, ending scene. That scientist is really weird.
Scientists.
Oh, there was an after credit scene.
Oh, what?
The creepy scientist that he hired a while ago. That Onimaru hired.
The
a while
creepy
ago.
weird one.
Creepy weird one. He's fixing Onimaru's sword in like some weird bio bubble.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Ew.
And he sounds super evil.
All right, let's move on to Witch Watch, episode 12, because we already
Yep.
said all the episodes. Great
Oh
episode.
my goodness. Great conclusion to the debacle that was going on there.
There is a core 2, by the way.
There's a core 2?
Yes.
Sick. Awesome.
That's just like
Yeah,
that's starting this week.
Yeah, a lot of shows are doing that. My 2B Hero X is doing that too. It's like they're
stupid.
just like,
it's so stupid.
Yeah, it was
just
like-
stop calling them these things.
yeah, just do a full season.
Just
I don't
say
understand
it's
why
a season.
why a full season's not a thing anymore.
I don't know where cores came. That's like people act like that's always been a thing, but that has not always been a thing.
No, it used to be full seasons.
Yes,
I don't know.
everybody wishes they were One Piece.
That's true. Just keep going forever.
Like, ever see that
and
meme where it's like what season are you on One Piece? It's like, oh, we don't do that here.
Yeah, I love it. I love
But
it.
Witch Watch, incredible episode.
Yes. I don't even know where to
yeah.
start in this one. The fight was great. The werewolf stuff. I like the. I don't know what I start with. I like the lore behind the werewolf that was going on. That like his dad didn't really have powers, but he had more powers than his dad did. Like it was like regressing back to original
Yeah.
form of werewolves.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like
That was cool.
That's kind of a big thing for the show because that means that like after all this time, people losing their powers,
That it could be coming back.
it could be going back. Yeah. Which
That-
might coincide with the Witch of 1000 or whatever it's called.
That's true, because maybe she's
New
her
Age
coming,
of Magic.
her coming back, New Age of Magic. She'll save 1,000, all that jazz, blah blah. Blah. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't think about that. That's probably is like probably might seem more familiar types too.
Yeah, and also that Nico has incomplete contracts for everybody. You have to have some special.
Yeah, yeah,
tattoo.
yeah. Which I was like, what are we doing here?
I know. What contract Moy up right now?
Yeah, right now. What
Yeah,
are we doing?
Come on, get the tramp stamp.
Khan and Kigo, you don't need to be contracted. Also, I don't like Kigo being her familiar.
No, I don't like that.
I
Either.
expected her to be him to be Nemu's.
They still might.
Yeah, I think they
not
are.
An official
Next
contract.
episode looks like it's gonna. Did you watch the preview?
I try to watch the previews. They can.
They're
piss me.
hard.
I'm too busy reading the words, and I'm not gonna go back.
When he's in werewolf form, he's like hitting on her.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's
so
go.
I think next episode
She's gonna like that a lot.
she will like that. I think next episode they're gonna, which I would prefer that.
I prefer that too. Yeah.
First of all, at the end of the episode, she's like, human familiars are the best. Human type familiars are the best. I'm like, someone get this girl a familiar.
I know. She's down bad right now.
Yeah. And I think, like, even though it's funny that Kigo moved in with them, he doesn't belong in there.
No, absolutely not.
It's
That's
too
not
much space. It's
Yeah,
too
and there's
much.
too much going on with him.
Yeah.
He's technically two people.
He's technically two people, yes.
So really, they just
Very
got,
technically two people.
Yes.
He's very different.
Yeah, it's straight up split personality.
And I
syndrome.
can't wait because, like, it looks like his, like, other personality is going to be coming out sometimes, too. And,
Yeah.
Now they're going to have to deal with him in a friendly way. And he'll probably become their friend, too, in some way.
Probably, yeah. They're probably
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh well, my other half is gonna be here anyway, so I can't just trash the place every time I come out, which sucks.
Did like how they figured out the source for Lady. Actually, that was really creative on Nico's job. Oh, the warlock.
Using the overall like all the magic she's accumulated.
Yeah, that was
great.
really cool.
I didn't even think about that. That was really good.
That was really creative. Like, I was interested to see like what the plan was. Nico
especially those two
dumb
dorks,
idiots.
who did acknowledge that they were dumping everything on Moy for the longest time.
Yeah, this show rocks.
I know.
This show has so many levels to it. Like when it has a serious stuff, someone died in this episode.
Yeah,
gruesomely.
Like very.
It was
gruesomely.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's you don't show kids that part.
Yeah. So it's got like a bunch of things to it. Like even the fight was animated decent, better than the beginning after the end.
Yeah. What isn't?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm pretty sure I could have animated being after the end a little better.
Yeah, but like and like the way Khan hits the guy in the head, he's like, ah! Just like in his like little form, and then they do the Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Predator. It's like,
Yeah.
we're little guys. I was like, oh my god. And I love the reveal of the Warlock is just a small little thing.
That was Catgirl's
Khan-
big thing she wanted to reveal to
Yeah.
everybody.
And Khan's just like constantly just like, shut up.
I know, just shaking her
Yeah, it's like,
the
I
entire
don't think you understand
time.
the position you're in.
Yeah, you aren't getting out of this. That was really, really good. I even liked the Warlock's overall backstory. Just very is a woman, which was confusing for a second there, but whatever.
Yeah, doesn't look like one.
Does not look like one. I was hardcore convinced that was a man.
Was a cute girl.
Yeah, once upon a time. Yeah.
It was like probably good that they didn't gain magic.
Yeah.
They were a little too like, I got magic.
Yeah, it just seems like one of those. Yeah, it seems like one of those ones where if she had proper training, would have been fine. I think that's what they're trying to get at. It's like if you have proper training, you're good. Because she figured out she had magic. She wasn't like. Her family wasn't naturally witches.
No.
It had like some long distant relative thing that she just like, and she like with the werewolf, it jumped a bunch of generations and got to her.
And she just floated that random ashtray that was right next to her because
why not?
What's a library or a school without an ashtray?
It's Japan. They probably smoke like crazy over there.
No, they definitely probably do.
Yeah, it's all Europe does. Europe and
all,
I know it's Asia, but Europe.
All non-America and Canada. Actually, Canada
kind of does.
Man, you know, a lot of French people there.
Yeah, French.
I mean, Canada still lets them speak French in Canada. So I mean, it shows you what a failure of a country that is.
That's fair.
But yeah, and then she died a horrific death.
Horrific death for trying to reveal that there's a new evil guy.
Evil. That's definitely. She looks like classic evil witch. The one that gave her the abilities looks like a classic.
Classic, just like all dark.
She's gonna be super sexy.
Oh, probably, yeah, probably. That'll be funny. But yeah, super duper evil there. Good to know that there's like a bigger villain beyond this warlock because there was all the warlock so fast.
Yeah, that's true. That's
so
true.
So it's gonna be cool. There's gonna be a bigger villain, another warlock beyond all that with insane magic. Apparently, they can amplify other witches' magic.
Yeah, that's cool, but for a price, obviously.
Yeah.
I did love the scene though at the end where near the end where Nico's running towards Moy, and she's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Oh, if I keep running, I'm gonna go hug him. Stop! This is embarrassing!" And then he hugged her, and I was like,
"Oh." So
such
nice.
Cuties. I was like, you know what? I don't even want a love triangle in this one.
No, I don't want it either. I think
they're
Nico
too
and
perfect
Moy
together.
Fantastic. Yeah,
they're too
fantastic.
perfect together. And then we got the reveal of the episode is that Kigo's the man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at first I was like, Kigo, I can't believe you traded him in to heal your ankle.
What a nonsense thing.
I wouldn't kill anyone to get my mom out of a wheelchair.
No.
Which he was kind of doing.
Kind of.
But I would fight somebody hardcore.
100%, yeah. 100%. I'd fight with everything I got.
Yeah. So when they revealed his mom in the wheelchair, I was like, oh.
They really, they cranked it up to 100 real fast,
I was like, Kigo, you're all right.
Yeah, he's like, my ankle was healed a while ago. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he was like, I just didn't want to do it because the accident.
That happened in the accident on his way, the accident that hurt his ankle.
Yeah.
Was the one that crippled his mom.
I know. I also do enjoy that, mom, parents rock. She's just like, oh, don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Oh, she's such a good mom.
Yeah.
Such a good mom. Quick, I just want to reverse a little bit there during the fight. The fight was overall great. I loved the combo. He's like all attack and Moy's all Moy has attacks, but his ogre's main thing is sturdiness and stability. Yeah. So he's a good semi good counter. That runs out eventually. But
Berserker versus stoic.
Yeah. But what really cracked me up was I think it was after the Wolf Boy did all of it, talked about a bunch of stuff. Moy was like, "Oh, it's like the angrier you are, the harder you fight." This isn't a manga.
Yeah, I know,
that had to be so funny when you read the manga.
I know,
because
it's so
you're just brushing against that fourth wall right there.
That is really funny.
That was fantastic.
Did also enjoy.
And the fight was animated crazy.
Moy just pulling out classic anime lines. He's like, I can win because my friends.
I know. Yeah, this was a big power of friendship episode. It was like, of course.
Well, when they came in and saved him, that was awesome.
That was
for a second.
Great. It was fantastic. And then Nico, being the absolute G there, was using up that whole conversation she had with Catgirl about
umbilical cord.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just gonna use it. I'm fine.
Yeah. She's like, I got my friends.
Yeah. Why save it when I can just it'll be fine. I'll be fine. I got it.
And it was very sweet and nice. And then his mom immediately leaves.
Yeah, I know that. Every Japanese and every Japanese parent, every anime, just like, nope, I have an overseas job. Bye.
Yeah.
Which I wonder how much that actually happens over there because they are crazy with their work stuff.
Yeah, it also doesn't seem like it's like they if you wrote that in a American show, everyone would think that parent's a villain.
Yes.
Growing up, that was a thing. It's like they're gonna send me to boarding school, about which by the way is a gift.
Yeah.
You're going to you get to go hang out at school with all your friends and live there and get a phenomenal education.
You pretty much get to live college early.
Kids are idiots. But anyways, especially I can't even believe they have high school co-ed boarding schools. That should be illegal.
That's insane.
Yeah, that should be illegal.
How do the teachers can't even police that? That'd be insane.
High school kids are crazy.
You gotta be I don't even want to.
But we got to move on because we got to move on.
Yes, we do. And we're at the worst part of the episode, anyways.
Yes. And now time for, we only have 2 more left of this. Hate Watch, Lazarus, episode 12.
Thank goodness that the show is almost over. It's so bad.
Yeah, this show.
The show, it's like, I don't even know. I wanted Axel to be dead so bad.
No, because obviously he couldn't die because Chris is in love with him.
Of course.
Didn't you get that from nothing?
From absolutely nothing whatsoever.
Their relationship developed so much.
Hardcore.
Except for the fact that she was like a lesbian like forever.
Yeah, and from that first car ride all the way back when. And then on the oil rig. Oh, so I really felt it there. That's really what I was focused on.
Major connection, growing.
Yeah, big time.
Huge.
This show is horrible writing.
Oh, yeah. Terrible.
It's like...
I love, like, here's another good example in this episode that cracked me up, how great the writing is. They're like, how do we figure out this phantom assassin guy whose name is also, like, Sodium? I don't know, whatever. I don't know. And then they, like, find the guy who's, like, his like handler or whatever.
Him.
So I knew it was the same person because the only difference is he wears glasses.
Yep.
Slightly changes his hair.
Yep.
And it's not their conclusion. The woman's like, he must have multi-personality disorder and he has 2 personalities. And they're like, really? And they're like, yep, that's it. They're like, oh, that's interesting. I'm like, who? How would you know this?
This is a huge jump.
This
was an insane jump. I was like, or
he's just hiding his personality.
Yeah, exactly. Or he just does all of his business on his own and then takes his glasses off. Like, Clark Kent and Superman aren't 2 different personalities. They're the same person. They just take their glasses off. It's like, it's the dumb. It was so stupid how fast they got. That was such a, like, we need this for the plot.
Yep.
And it's going to be useless in the plot. But we need it for the plot.
Yep.
So we're just going to throw it in there. We're going to bring in this hacker, semi-rapist guy from all the way back when. And we're just going to be like, he's fine now. Don't worry about it.
Because he's working for the government now.
He's working for the government. The government's good.
Because as we found out in this episode, when Popcorn Fat and our hacker girl there, that one of her great successes that Popcorn Fat liked, and they both liked, is that she fucked over a bunch of tax evaders and stole all their money. Once again, I'm not saying don't pay your taxes, because I do. Mm-hmm. You do.
I do.
But they even have to be like tax evaders are the worst. Who?
Like
those are the people you're going after?
Yes.
Tax evaders?
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
And also,
aren't you supposed to be anti-government?
Yes.
You're a hacker.
And once again, facts. And we're missing the overall point, too, of that Popcorn Fat is helping murder most of the fucking planet.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
because Skinner showed up to her island. By the way, love this scene where she goes, I have this disease. And then the hacker girl goes, what's that? I was like, what do you mean, what's that? You were there for the conversation.
You know all this information. You know everything. It's so dumb. It's so... When I did crack me up, though. Every time they said her name, Popcorn Wizard, my brain, like, misfired, because all I can think about, like, oh, no, her name is Popcorn Fat.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Also love that she's like, I have this thing about it, and rocks her shin into the piece of metal to show, like, I can't feel pain. It's like, you could have just said that.
Could have said that. You already know this is...
Also, why are you 6 foot? 6 foot.
Like, we were so poor, and then Skinner came and bought all of our land. What a colonizer!
Because all of it was gonna sink because of climate change.
Climate change.
It's
like every woke talking point was shoved into this show. It's like, wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to end to send it to It's a Gundam and be like, please review this and point out how the West can't make anime. Apparently,
do that in Ninja Kami Week.
Apparently,
terrible anime.
Well, because he did Devil May Cry, because I know he loves the series, but he likes Cowboy Bebop a lot, and the guy who made Cowboy Bebop made this quote unquote.
Yeah,
I think he just like came up with like Axel a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. I'm starting to think he's comatose in a room and someone's just signing his name at this point.
Yeah, I know. By the way, what a huge reveal. Axel was at that school where all the people got murdered. What a huge reveal.
Wow.
Also, I love this part is also great. They're like, there was one survivor from the trials. Axel, go find that person. And then he gets in a fight with the assassin. They're like, oh, that person you're going to meet, they're dead. Regardless, anyways, that's unimportant.
We never learned who that was at all. It was just like, nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It was totally...
We just needed you to go away so you had like alone time to fight this phantom who came to the story so late, applies nothing to the story except we find out like Axel went to the same... All his buddies died because of this guy. I don't care about this guy. Who gives a shit?
I don't care at all. His whole split personality thing that's falling apart right now. Don't care about that either. Why couldn't they just die? Why couldn't they mutually kill each other?
Also,
the government thing too. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. This guy shows up to the president, who of course is a woman.
Why was the president taking early clinical trials of Hapna?
I have no idea.
because this only Hopman came out 3 years ago.
I have no idea.
So why on earth was a sitting president or presidential candidate at the time doing clinical trials
of a
on a painkiller?
A painkiller. Yes.
This doesn't make any fucking sense.
That makes no sense. 0 cents. Anyways,
after they're already testing on prisoners.
Assuming that.
Why do they even need clinical?
So it's been 3 years ago. So that means that you were a sitting president because they would have been a sitting president
or a Congress. Depends on when the election was. Could have been a Congress or could have been an upcoming hopeful.
Good point.
That's like best case scenario of they weren't president.
Yeah,
already.
but right when he walked in, he's like, "Madam President," I was like, "Of course." But anyways, he's like, "I need an ask from you, blah blah. I need to like take over like the army or whatever. NSA needs to take over the army, whatever, or like investigate them." I was like, "Yeah, this seems like a real pressing issue right now, because it's like only tomorrow when everyone starts dying. Weird that she's not dead because tomorrow is when everyone starts dying, but she took it before everyone. Regardless,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but like I hate when he shows up and that guy who killed the black army guy who was like, "This plan was terrible. We released an assassin." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit, dude."
This is literally what people think. But like, I don't know explain. This is what dumb people this is what dumb liberal people think the government is. They think they're just a bunch of people with a lot of guns that can just do shit like that. You know how this would actually go down? Like this, even with all this going on, this would actually go down? That guy would show up with like 8 mountains of paperwork and no guns.
And that would have took like 2 weeks.
This would have been a multi-year process where they wasted all the taxpayer dollars going over nothing.
Yeah.
Like there was gonna be no way he didn't show up to arrest anybody. He showed up to investigate.
Yeah.
Then what are they gonna? This is what I like. You showed up with all these military agents. What are they gonna investigate in this giant building? You have to comb through files, right? It's not gonna be like just right there sitting on the guy's desk. Like here's everything bad we're looking for right here, guys, all in a bow.
Also, line I love is when he's like
at the Epstein file list.
Yeah, no, I love
According to them, it's all hidden.
Yeah, Israel. The one thing I love too is he's like, "Don't you have whatever the lady in charge of Lazarus is?" Here he's like, "No." Of course I do. I was like, why was that written?
I don't know why.
But I love when he shows up. These guys who work for the army are like, kind of confused.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "This is executive order from the president."
Sure.
Which because
that's commander in chief.
Because that's how executive orders act. You could just literally, if you don't need an executive order to do that. If the president, you could just be like, "Go investigate that."
Go check this out. Yeah. You don't need.
You don't need executive order to do that. Anyways, regardless. And like the guy's like, "Are you really gonna go to war with the army?" I'm like, the president is the commander in chief. You have no power here. The guys behind you clearly don't trust you.
Yeah.
Because they're confused with the situation. He's got I assume a written thing from the president because he said executive order.
Sure.
This situation makes no sense. No. Whoever wrote this show knows fucking nothing.
Nothing. Like I said, this is what they imagine. This is I've seen crap like this when everyone's like super scared about the government when their person they didn't elect isn't in charge. Or when the person they elected is not in charge. There we go. Like, this is what they do. They're afraid that the government is then suddenly some giant fucking, military entity and the army is, running off on its own and blah, 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 blah. It's I've seen Instagram reels and Reddit posts and crap like this that you guys post. Mm-hmm. I've seen this on Facebook. And I'm just like, this is exactly what you all think. You think that they're just gonna that the military is just gonna go rogue, and that the president, when they send an order down, the army's not gonna follow it. It's it's so blatantly politically charged. It's why are you doing this? And it's bad story because when they do stuff like this, they don't understand what they're doing. It just creates terrible stories. No sense. And then I see people on Facebook saying this is the greatest show ever.
I know, I've seen it. I've seen it.
And I'm like, you people.
Someone literally said
your bar is so low.
Someone's like, "Why is everyone talking about 2B Hero X when we have a better show, Lazarus?" And I was like, "You're insane." I was like, "You're insane."
Someone said that?
Yes. Someone compared the fighting as in just as good. I was like, anyways, we gotta move here. We gotta move real quick. Last few points. Last few points I just want to make. Skinner's in the homeless area, which I was in episode 2, of course.
So he is gonna be that guy. Is the same homeless area? It's that guy. I talked about that. It's the guy wearing all the black. That looked like Skinner.
Yeah. So nice job doing.
The show's so stupid.
Nice job not convincing. Nice job with the twist there. Anyways, dumb. Also, Skinner's definitely gonna be good at the end because he's just such a nice guy. Blah,
I hope
blah,
everyone
blah.
dies. I stand by this. I hope everyone dies. Yeah. I hope Hopna goes off, kills everybody, and the show just meh.
Also, one of my favorite parts too is when the somehow acclimated all the way to the secret hospital. Who knows where it is? And the woman walks in. She's like, "This is a secret hospital. No one knows where." I'm like, "I know, writers. We know. You've already said that. This show sucks. We gotta go though."
Yeah.
Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.